Sensational Times Now exclusive. It cannot get more sinister. Unraveling the ISI plot in the south now. For long, there has been a perception that terror networks like ISIS are focused on India's northern states like Jammu and Kashmir and states like West Bengal and Assam. But Times Now here is exposing a plot which is being hatched to shock and awe the country south of the Vindhyas. It started with the arrest of two suspects in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. These accused then divulged how they were in touch with ISIS operatives in Syria to carry out a suicide mission. But their bigger plan is to spread terror, and that is even more horrifying. The plan is to target Hindu devotees during the festive season, and for this they had chosen Vinayak Chaturthi, when hundreds and thousands of devotees, in fact, are out on the streets worshipping Lord Ganesha.
On July 26, the Tamil Nadu police made two big arrests. One, Asif Musteen, as well as Yasir Nawab. Now, intel sources have revealed some explosive details about these arrests. These two individuals were in touch with ISIS operatives in Syria. The details that have been revealed by the intel sources indicating that they had indicated to their operatives their willingness to even carry out suicide attacks in the country. Their target was the Independence Day, any of the crowded events that happen in the country. In fact, during the arrest, the police officials have also recovered some incriminating documents, ISIS flags from their homes, as well as a lot of electric devices that have indicated that they were not just in touch with those in the ISIS, but also a lot of extremist content that they were looking at online. Now, initially this was thought of as a one-off incident, but what's even more worrying is that just 2 days before that, in Bangalore as well, a terror operative had been arrested, and his link has now emerged with a person in Salem. So he was in touch with a person in Salem, not in Erode. This was in Salem, so this is a separate incident. And in this case as well, the modus operandi was very similar. He was in touch with operatives outside the country. A lot of extremist content that has been found from his electronic devices as well. In fact, this man had also been sending out a lot of messages on social media. He was not just looking up extremist content, he was also trying to spread that message, trying to influence more and more people around him as well to get into these extremist activities. Here as well, quite similarly, in touch with those who are outside the country, trying to carry out a big operation here in the country. Now, Intel is also suggesting that this is a big arrest because this could lead to even more leads. This is not a one-off incident, as they've just found out. This could lead to several more arrests and a very, very clear pattern that has also emerged. It is likely that the case could also be handed over to the NIA because it's an interstate operation that was running.
But how did this plan unravel? It all started with the arrest of a man named Akhtar Hussain Lashkar from Bengaluru, originally a resident of Assam. He was living in Bengaluru for several years. His arrest led the NI to his associate Zubair in Salem, Tamil Nadu. This then led the investigators to pick up Asif Musteen and Yasir Nawab from Erode. What is shocking is that Akhtar worked as a food delivery executive and used his job to scoop out targets and gather information. Let's in fact open this up and go across to our guests. We're joined by Shankara Bidri, former DGP of Karnataka, RSN Singh, an author, and Major General GD Bakshi, defense analyst. Major General GD Bakshi, I want to begin with you because we've often discussed this model of radicalization, recruitment and unleashing of terror in states like Jammu and Kashmir. But there is this silent radicalization happening down south, plot to spread terror there. And as Pratibha in her report in detail explained, due to lack of surveillance, these terror organizations are now looking to expand their footprint down south.
Absolutely. This is not a new phenomena, by the way. Some years back, we got first indications that from Maldives, using springboards from from Sri Lanka, they were trying to get into the south. They were buying property along highways, trying to establish themselves for sabotage operation, terrorist operations. And you know, ever since the ISIS came in, this was a radical group with the resources of a whole state, the petrol resources of parts of Iraq, parts of Syria, and they had used them to good effect to create a massive, you know, net-based motivational system, incitement system, incitory network, based upon which individuals could just plug in, self-radicalize and start. But here this seems to be a little more deep than just self-radicalization and lone wolf attacks. Because there are people coming in from Assam, settling down in the south, and now trying to reach out to other individuals, trying to create a network. So it is a little more sophisticated than lone wolf attacks or self-radicalized individual taking a truck and ramming people, because they were thinking in terms of attacking Hindu festivals. They were thinking in terms of, you know, retaliatory attacks like slitting the throats, tan sar se juda kind of a thing, attacking major Hindu festivals like the Ganesh Chaturthi. So this we have to watch. The PFI has been pretty active in the south. In fact, that is the bastion of the PFI.
Right.
And we will have to ban this outfit before it gets too troublesome. Because from here it is spreading. It is definitely spreading. And we definitely need to watch what is happening south of the Vindhyas. All is not well.
Absolutely. All is not well, says Major General GD Bakshi. RSN Singh, your thoughts?
No, just a few days back you got an input from Bihar that, you know, PFI jihadis had travelled all the way from Tamil Nadu and Kerala and Karnataka to Patna to, you know, for carrying out, you know, attack on the Prime Minister. They had arrived 6 days before. So you have, you know, jihadis travelling right from south to east. Then you saw it, it was right in front of your eyes, you know, what happened in Shaheen Bagh and the Delhi riots. Who were the masterminds? Of course, the Popular Front of India, and they were all from the south. They have moved their headquarters from Kozhikode to Delhi. So to say that it is a new phenomenon, I am sorry to say that we are not very conversant with history. Let me tell you something. That southern part of India was radicalized much before the northern part of India, even before, you know, Kashmir was radicalized. Don't forget the Mopla rebellion, you know, what is called so-called Mopla rebellion, 1921. It was hardly a rebellion. Of course, it was a fallout of the Khilafat movement, you know, whose greatest supporter was Gandhiji. And then it was a genocide against Hindus. 10,000 Hindus had been killed. 38 Sar Tan Se Juda put inside the well. Please read Annie Besant. Please read B.R. Ambedkar, and please read the reports of the deputy collector of that time. And you should know that, you know, how was the PFI formed? It was after, you know, 3 groups. Karnataka Forum of Dignity, known for, you know, several jihadi attacks. Then a Tamil Nadu, you know, outfit called Manitha Nithi Pasarai, and another outfit, this National Democratic Front of Kerala, which was, you know, 65 of their people were given life imprisonment. For, you know, killing 8 Hindu fishermen, and this I am talking of, you know, in the 2003-2004, and all these groups, they merged together in 2006, and now they have proliferated all over India.
Okay.
The entire India is suffused. Entire India is suffused. So don't, you know, this word radicalization, you say police has taken action. Police can only register an FIR. You can only arrest a person. What are you doing to fight the radicalization?
That's
so
very
let's
important.
not use the terms,
Very
you know, so loosely.
What are you doing to fight radicalization?
RSN
Singh and Major General GD Bakshi both are saying that this is not a new phenomena. How did it go unchecked? I want to take that question across to Shankara Bidri, since you, of course, understand the region more. Now, the southern states are on target, but like RSN Singh put it very rightly, that this is not a new phenomena, even down south.
It is not a question of southern states, northern states, eastern states or western states. It is a problem of India. Eternal vigilance, eternal action is a must to secure our country as well as maintain peace and order within the country and prevent this kind of terrorist acts. At any given time, there will be a few number of such anti-national people who are hell-bent on creating violence, hatred, spreading hatred and indulging terrorist acts. Our police forces are quite vigilant, our intelligence outfits are also working, and they work around the clock, around the year, and from time to time they trace out these people and thoroughly investigate. We must repose in our confidence in these police and intelligence outfits.
You know, sir, nobody is doubting, of course, the intention of the forces, but don't we need more stringent measures in place and increased surveillance as well? Now, one of them was a food delivery executive. Imagine the number of houses he went to. He was using that particular job to, in fact, select his targets.
They will come in different garbs. They will come in different forms. There is no doubt about it. But the question is, eternal vigilance is a must. Every citizen, every police officer, in every square kilometer of the country must be vigilant against this kind of activities and this kind of persons. And that is the price we have to pay for peace, happiness and public order. There is no doubt about it. And we should be ready for that. Public should cooperate with the police and intelligence agencies, and from time to time keep them informed about all the developments they come to know and expect them to take.
Well, the sinister plot was to carry out a carnage to attack Hindus during the festivals, and this module seems to be at this point of time operating from Kashmir to Kanyakumari in the entire country, like rightly said by Major General GD Bakshi and RSN Singh. For the moment, thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us on the broadcast with your views. I'm sorry, RSN Singh, I'm completely out of time, sir.